Hey guys, Yankee here, and today I want to be talking about One Piece Volume 3. Last volume ended on a cliffhanger just before the fight between Luffy and Buggy, and this volume obviously picks up right after that. And we get a conclusion to that arc, as well as get a short little chapter that's just sort of standalone, and then we begin the next arc. So let's start with the Buggy stuff. I talked about Buggy's power in the last video. I like it a lot, though it does have a pretty bad weakness, which we don't really bring up here. We don't put a lot of focus on it. Later on we'll get into it more, but his feet can't fly. Like, all of his body parts can sort of separate and fly around except for his feet. And we didn't really talk about it much in this volume. Anyway, we get a flashback where we learn that Buggy was a crew member on the same ship as Shanks, and we also learn why he dislikes Shanks, and it's basically because he's an idiot, and that's about it. He does dumb things and then blames other people for them. Anyway, a neat thing is, this is the first time we see Rayleigh, and he looks real close to what we get later on when he shows up again. He's got like the same little facial hair thing on his chin, though it's shorter. And I think that's neat. I think in Volume 1 I talked about how sometimes I think people give Oda too much credit for things, like with the Shanks versus the Monster of the Coast, or whatever it's called, where he scares it off, and later on we learn that that's hockey. I don't think that's what that was originally supposed to be. I think Oda is just very good at grabbing things that he had done before and then making them into something new. I think this is definitely something that he meant to have there. I think this character was meant to come back from the beginning, because he looks too close to what we got, right? He looks like a finished character design and not just something like a background character. Anyway, we finish off the Buggy fight. They win. They leave town, and Luffy leaves some of Buggy's treasure that Nami had stole with the villagers, which does not please Nami. And we're really getting into that part of Nami right now, where she really likes money. Like, we're doing a good job of just setting up these characters real quick, of like, okay, here is who they are. They're not... I'm gonna say this, I don't know if people will be mad. One Piece characters don't have a whole lot of depth. I put a question mark on that. They have a lot going on, but they're simple most of the time, right? Like, we'll see some character growth from them, especially when it comes to combat ability and stuff like that. We'll see them grow that way, but their personalities don't really change all that much. Like, the Luffy we got now is pretty similar to the one we get later on. The Zoro we have now is pretty similar, and so on. But anyway, we wrap up the Buggy fight, and then Zoro, Luffy, Nami, they take off, and we get a short chapter in between arcs, which I like. I like having sort of a breather in between longer arcs, even though the arcs aren't particularly long yet. And this is the Gaimon chapter, where they find a little island with strange animals on it, and a guy that was stuck in a box. For some reason I thought this came later. I thought this came after this next arc coming up, but it doesn't. And we see Luffy invite him to join the crew, and he refuses. And I don't know about anyone else, but I occasionally will be like, yeah, I wonder what would have happened if they stuck around. Like, what could that guy have done? He's stuck in a box. He can't come out of the box. We bring that up in this thing, where he's been in there so long that his body has basically, it's that shape now. So I don't know what he could have done. It's not something we have to worry about, because he obviously didn't come along, but I'm kind of interested what would have happened if he had to come along. Anyway, that's it for that. There's not really much going on there. It's just a quick little chapter. It gives us a little bit, it's like a character moment for Luffy, where this guy had been guarding this treasure for so long, but he couldn't reach it, and then Luffy goes up there, sees that it's all empty, and then basically tries to not tell the guy about it. So it's just a little character moment for Luffy, and then we move on. Next, oh boy, we're on the Syrup Village arc. This is where Usopp shows up, and this isn't my favorite arc. When I started the series, I started watching the anime, this is where I stopped. Like, I got, this was 20 episodes in, and I was in the middle of this Syrup Village arc, and I just stopped, and I didn't come back for a long time. I don't particularly care for this arc. I like Usopp a lot, but this arc is just something I'm not a fan of. Anyway, we get to Usopp's village, we meet Kaya, the girl that he likes. We're introduced to Captain Kuro, who has a long name that he's using right now to trick Kaya, that I can't remember what it is, so I'll just call him Captain Kuro. And then we see Django show up for a minute, moonwalk in, hypnotize himself. I like him a lot. He's one of those characters that occasionally pops up, and I like when he does. He's silly and fun. I really like a lot of the silly characters that are in this series, like Django or Buggy. Anyway, I don't really have much to say about Syrup Village. I don't really care for this arc. I hope it's not too long. I don't expect it to be. Maybe one more volume we can wrap it up. I hope. I don't remember. Alright, next I want to talk about sort of some stuff in between chapters. Last volume it was stuff about Vikings, and in this one it was like sketches, some like early concepts for Buggy and his crew. And when I read through the manga the first time, I skipped all this. I just wanted to get through the chapters. But I'm actually paying attention to them this time, and it turns out that Zoro was originally supposed to be one of Buggy's crew members. And I think that's kind of neat. I like what we got, but I think that could have been fun too. I don't know, he would have had to been a different character, because I don't see this Zoro working for Buggy. But anyway, that's just sort of a neat thing. And on the last page, we have another one of those cutout things, like from last volume, where you'll have to completely destroy the last page of the thing, which is dumb. I don't know why they do that. Anyway, that's going to do it for this volume. As a standalone volume, I think it is still good. I feel like we progressed a lot. We finished up the last arc. We got a nice self-contained story, and then we started the next one. So, as a volume, I'm happy with what we got out of it. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time.